Moser with today's Transformation Tuesday message. Last week's message, if you'll remember, was from the wonderful Kid President, and in it he challenged us to think about life like a comic strip. That we can't always control the events that happen to us each day, but we can control the next square in our comic strip by controlling our reactions. So this week's Transformation Tuesday quote expands on that idea. It's from C.S. Lewis, who said, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." My challenge to each of you this week is to think about where you want your story to go and think about how you can make choices today to get you closer to that ending. Think about it this way. Draw the ending square of your comic strip and work backward, if you need to figure out how you can make that happen. Have a great Transformation Tuesday and have a wonderful week.
Good morning, VMS. Here are your headlines for the 22nd. Picture retakes are the 29th. If you were not absent for pictures, you must have a request for retake signed by a parent. Junior Bearcats have their last game this Saturday at 2 at Gene Malcolm Stadium. The Halloween dance is this Thursday from 6 to 8. Remember to follow school dress code, and only VMS students can attend. Please remember, wrestling team, you have practice after school until 4:30.
Product. The result of multiplication. You could use the word product like the product of 5 times 5 is 25.
Winter Guard editions will be November 11th, 18th, and 25th. Are open to all 8th through 12th graders. No experience is required. See Mr. Parks for more information.
That's 3 to 5 in the VHS band room.
You know, Logan, I think Mrs. Elvis has a spooky story for us.
Awesome! Let's check it out.
I say I knew it well. I knew the feeling. I knew what the old man felt and pitied him, although I chuckled at heart. I knew he'd been lying awake since the first slight noise when he had turned in the bed. His fears had been ever since growing upon him. He had been trying to fancy them causeless, but could not. He had been saying to himself, "Oh, it's nothing but the wind in the chimney. It's just a mouse, or merely a cricket." Yes, he'd been trying to comfort himself with all these suppositions, but he had found it all in vain. I know that feeling. You all may not realize this, but we teachers work at all hours, night and day. And one night I had to come up and work here at the school in my room. At the time, my room was 312 on the top floor. It was February, and it was rainy and dreary, and it began to get dark. I'd been working and getting some things done, and I thought, I'm gonna stay a little bit longer. I was getting a lot done. And all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream. It sounded like it came up the stairwell, that middle stairwell, coming up from the bottom of the school. It startled me, of course, because I couldn't imagine. I was by myself. There was no one here. I had to unset the alarm, and I would be setting the alarm again when I left. So I thought to myself, oh, it must be a car going by, and somebody screamed. So I go to the window. There are no cars passing by. I thought, maybe it's just somebody playing in the schoolyard or whatever. Well, it was raining. There was no one in the schoolyard. All I know is what I heard, and this is a true story. I got my things, and I left the school immediately. Thought about it a whole lot, over the years. That happened in 2009. And I can't think of an explanation for what happened. I've thought to myself, well, somebody was in the school and just was having some fun on my expense. But there was no one here. I set the alarm as I left the school. Maybe I fell into a time warp of sorts. I don't know all the history at Virginia Middle School, but you know it's old. It was built in 1914, so it turned 100 years old in 2014. What do you think happened? Because I don't know.
Lunch today is mashed potatoes, broccoli, and choose an entree of macaroni and cheese, savory chicken bites, or buffalo chicken bites, all with a breadstick.
Join us for the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
That'll do it for the news today.
Stay catty!